Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So we're out in the shop today working, and a couple days ago I did the video on the 1 year review of the 334, and so I want to do another video with the 334 and kind of a follow-up video of the sticky bolt fix video that I did about this time last year actually. So I've done some more looking and tinkering with it, and I found the problem, and just kind of want to make a video on what causes it. And you know, if you have a 334 and yours doesn't, this is kind of what you look for. Alright, let's dive right in. Alright, so here's the bolt taken out. I was cleaning it, and I will say, like, the oil in it and working the bolt, and the more I've shot it and the more I've used it, it has improved, but it's still there. It's still just don't close. Like, the action itself is fine. I've got most of that zip out of it, but still that one spot when you're closing it is just annoying. Actually, you know, hunting with it this year, ran into a few situations whenever it's cold or whatever, and I actually kind of had to you know, bump it down. It was doing it. So I decided to take it apart and kind of look at it, and I see the issue now. So I'm gonna try to zoom in, you know, get you close so you can see for yourself. So you have this plunger. This plunger has to be depressed for the bolt to close. This is your cocking piece, and this is your sear. So your sear sits, you know, against the trigger. When the trigger's pulled, this is released and allows your firing pin to go. So you press the cocking piece, if I can do it on camera, and then when you turn it, it closes. And then when you open the bolt, it locks here. Well, if you look where that sits, there's a slight hump there. Can you see that? So that hump is what you're getting past when you're closing the bolt, and this has to be compressed before you can hit that spot. So I'm gonna take this apart and I'm gonna show you exactly how it works, the mechanics of it on the bolt. So I'm gonna take this apart. All right, so here's your bolt apart. This groove here is where that plunger sits. So when the plunger is compressed, it clears this, which allows the bolt to close. Well, if you look, right there is where the cocking piece is engaged, and it has to clear that before you can close the bolt. So if you're, you know, you pretend that this is in the action, that's open, you have to clear this hump for it to engage. So this hump right here is just kind of too deep. Don't try to remove this. You don't want to remove that, because that is a safety feature. You don't want to remove any metal. But what I'm going to try to do is I'm just going to try to clean this up and just kind of lightly polish it. I'm going to clean it with oil, and I'm going to just I'm not even going to take sandpaper on it. I'm just going to clean it, and then we'll see what it does, and we'll polish it. But I can't tell you enough, do not remove any metal from here. That's what holds the cocking piece, you know, locked open. If you remove metal, it could close too easy, and it would cause a whole lot of issues. So don't even try. All right, so let me get a rag and some cleaner, and we're gonna start cleaning this up. Alrighty, I'm back. So I got it all cleaned up, and so all I done was I took some degreaser, cleaned it really good, and then I took a just a little bit of like a Scotch-Brite pad, like this. Nothing heavy. It's not removing any metal. And then in that, you don't want to like not in the groove, but on this hump right here, I just sit there and just knock the edge off, and all you're doing is you're just polishing that lip. You don't want to remove any metal here. I can't say that enough. So it's kind of polished up. It's a lot slicker than it was. It was kind of like a sharp lip there. It was kind of too sharp. So I just took this and just polished it, and then I cleaned it out. You don't want none of this down in your mechanism. So we're going to put it back together, and I'm going to try it out on camera, and if it's not any smoother, we'll do it again. It probably wouldn't hurt to clean this up some too and degrease it, because the oil or whatever it is they put in from the factory is pretty sticky. It's really sticky actually, but it is cold. But I've never took it apart until now, so I could probably clean that up and use some good oil. All right, so it's back together. Let's try it out. All right, so we're gonna do it. First time I've tried it. Much better. It's still got a little bit of a catch right there, but it is much smoother closing. It's still got just a hair catch. That's okay. It's a lot better than what it was. Alright, so I'm going to take it back apart. I'm going to clean that sticky off and lubricate it some, and then we'll try it again. Alrighty, so got it all put back together. I got the oil cleaned up really good and oiled, and we're going to try it again. So I got all that. You can see how slick it is now, but got all that old original sticky oil off of it. I cleaned it really good, and I put new oil inside, and it's a lot smoother. So it's a lot smoother now. It's not a very quick action. You know, when you think of fast, you know, working actions, this is not the quickest action I've ever shot for sure. It's got a really slow feed right there. But one thing you can do is you can get it right here and find that cam point, and that's where that cocking piece is camming over that little hump that I showed you, and you can just sit here and work your bolt with that right there. Of course, it's lubed, but you can just sit there and work your bolt, and that will kind of break itself in. And you know, it's not going to remove any metal, but it'll just kind of help break it in, especially if you got a new one. But you can feel it right there break over. But you know, I'm a lot happier with that than it was from before. So if you watched the sticky bolt video from a year ago, this is going to be part 2 of that, and I'll put the first one in the description. So if you haven't seen it, you can check it out first and then watch this one. But well, if you've made it this far, you've already watched this one. But you can go back and watch the first one. But we're done here. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.